Yuri says that he was offered to fight you in Perth, and he's claiming you turned it down.
I mean, it wasn't as Yuri had put it, where I was trying to avoid him or denied the fight. It was I pushed it because I.
Let us go to our first guest of the day. He was there in attendance on Saturday, T-Mobile Arena. He witnessed Alex Pereira's win over Magomed Ankalaev 2 weeks prior. He was in Perth doing the job against Dominic Reyes. He is arguably the hottest fighter in the light heavyweight division. And I'm not talking about his looks. So get your mind out of the gutter. He's Carlos Ulberg. Black Jag is here to join us. How are you? Carlos, how's it going?
Good, man. All good. Yeah, good. Settled in. Got in early yesterday morning.
Are you
Back from a big trip?
Yeah, I was wondering actually, like, is your body clock all over the map because you were Auckland, Perth, Las Vegas. Now I think you're back home. You must be all over the gaff, as they say.
Yeah, I am actually. It's still. I'm still trying to find my bearings, but I think a couple of days of sleeping hibernation will get it.
Yes. Well, it's important for people to know it is 6:15 or 6:20 in the morning wherever you are right now. So I do really appreciate you joining us so early in the morning. How was Las Vegas?
It was nice, man. I love a good trip to Las Vegas. Went to the slap as well. That was like a spectacle on its own. And I think it's one of those events where you have to be there to experience something like that. Because watching it, just from the TV, I mean, yeah, I took different notes from it, but this was like being there live was different. So yeah, it was nice.
Did you enjoy the slap?
Being there, yeah. I mean, because just um I guess just the vibe there was quite and it being a spectacle, it having just quite a different feel to it. So I did actually met a lot of people. I met a lot of people there. I think everyone that was going to the fights the night after was actually there as well. So it was pretty cool.
I think it was really smart. It was really good of you to go for multiple reasons. I'm wondering, was that your idea, or did the UFC say, "Hey, we want you to come out after the win"?
It was definitely my idea. It was an idea that I had throughout my fight camp, and the reason why we took the fight as well. So so I think all things considered, there was a lot to think about before taking the fight with Reyes, which was a big risk as well.
Okay, so if we can move in chronological order, obviously you had the big win a week prior. Can we clear up one thing regarding Yuri? Yuri says that he was offered to fight you in Perth, and he's claiming you turned it down. And I think your team has a different side of the story because I did hear from Ash about this, but I wanted to ask you your side. What happened there?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't as as Yuri had put it, where I was trying to avoid him or denied the fight. It was I pushed it because I had an injury, and I didn't expect UFC to tell him that, which was all good. Um, I had an injury, and I asked if we could push it back to November because that'll give me enough time to rehab my injury and get back and be able to go back to the drawing board, start from the ground up again. Uh, Considering it was a dangerous fight against someone where I didn't really need to, I'm trying to look to go forward in the end, especially coming off an 8 fight win streak at the time. You want to be going forward, so it was we had to do a lot of thinking before we took that fight. And yeah, we wanted to push that fight with Yuri to November. He didn't want to. He didn't take that, so he wanted to fight earlier so that he could be in line for this title fight between Ankalaev and Pereira. Um, yeah, so we as a team had to think about it, and it being such a big fight on this side of the world, and the fact that it was such a big risk fighting Reyes on a 3-fight KO win streak. Um, and yeah, I thought that this would definitely be a key moment for us. We had to rise to the occasion. I had honestly about 4 weeks of proper training in the lead up to this fight, and which was crazy for me because I really felt like I was just not in it, but not for the sake that I was not wanting to train or anything. It was just that I couldn't train. So yeah, just like anything, man. I mean, we took it on and sucked it up and got the job done.
In a big way. First round knockout. Were you doubting yourself on fight week or on fight night because you didn't have enough time to train?
Nah, man. Nah, I think when it comes to fight week, that's when I really lock in. And I think before I saying like when did the conference with Reyes in Perth, I wasn't lying when I said, "Oh, I'm not going to be training just yet." It was really me kind of pulling a joke but being serious at the same time. It wasn't me trying to be cocky or saying that I didn't need to train for him. He's definitely a dangerous fighter with that KO power. It was really me kind of just saying, "Hey, man, I'm not able to train, but I'll get the job done for real." I had confidence. I always have confidence whenever I step in the octagon. And whether I have a week training or what, I know I'm going to get it done.
Certainly comes across that way. One of the storylines that week were the ticket sales. And I've heard from fans there who explained to me that it was a big sporting weekend and there were a lot of other things going on. Because I think originally some people were trying to pin it on either the UFC or you. What was your take on all of that? Was that annoying that people were talking about that? Did you feel like it was any sort of slight directed towards you?
Nah, man. I honestly, I had my my vision, my focus was all quite intact, and usually fight week I'm locked in, so I don't pay too much attention to that. And even though it wouldn't be on me anyway, uh, and yeah, they did have quite a few sporting events and big ones on that same weekends in Perth as well. But not only that, I mean, when I got there, the arena was packed, and it was massive, a big spectacle as well. So I don't know where those allegations came from.
Okay. Well, you certainly delivered. And then afterwards, you said something to the effect of like, let's get on the private jet and let's go to Vegas. Just curious, did they get you the private jet?
They didn't give you the fact.
Come on. You deserve the private jet, Carlos. What the hell? Cheapskates. Yeah, it's a long flight. That's expensive from
That's
Perth.
an expensive flight. I
Yeah.
didn't expect it. I was just, I
Listen,
haven't
you shot your shot.
shot it. Yeah, you don't ask, you don't get. So you got to put it out there every now and then.
So it was really interesting seeing you in the front row and then seeing Yuri in the front row right after his fight. First, can I ask, what did you think of Yuri's fight, his performance, and were you thinking after those first two rounds that he was going to be able to turn this around?
Yeah, I mean, great fight from Yuri. Very Yuri-like, right?
Yeah.
And it's definitely expected. I definitely saw 2 rounds up from for Khalil, and the way that Yuri had come back was just exactly how you'd expect someone like Yuri to do. And yeah, I thought it was big. I had my pure sights on the main event.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, also very impressed with what Yuri had done.
Considering how dramatic it was, and before the main event, was there any part of you thinking like, oh man, he's going to steal my shine here because this was so crazy?
Nah, man. Nah, nah, nah. I know that like it's just a matter of time where it's gonna happen, and I think it's that time now for me to get in there and take what's there, what's left on the table. And yeah, I mean he come in, he walked in and after his fight and as he should, and after a great win. if he hadn't, then it's you look at him like, what are you doing here? But he walked in after his such a good win, and he was, which was quite weird enough as he is, but that's all good. Is he stood right in front, pretty much blocking a lot of us, and as the main event were walking out, he was just there, kind of standing in front of instead of standing in front of them as they were walking out, which I thought was, let the boys do their thing and kind of sit back and let them focus on what they need to. But he wanted to just stand right there in front of them as they were walking out to prepare for battle. So, but that's his go, that's his take, so it's all good. And yeah, I feel that if Uncle Live had got the win or got away with that win, then he would have had that chance in there to probably step in the octagon, or he would have had that chance to go up against Uncle Live.
In that moment, there's also a famous photo, now famous a few days later, of him like staring down on Kalaev as he's getting the bags. This one right here from the broadcast. Are you annoyed in that moment? Like, did you feel like he was trying to overshadow you being there because you came from so far as the guy who just won? It was all kind of set up that way.
A little bit, but nah, I mean, like, I was doing my thing, man, just doing my thing, enjoying this show, what it was, and actually just soaking it all in on my own from the shadows. And he's up at the forefront trying to press his moment, but I just do my thing and focus on me.
So the fight happens. It's rather quick. 80 seconds. He closes the distance. He lands an overhand right, and then it's the ground and pound, the elbows, the shots to the body. Were you surprised? Were you surprised that it ended that fast? Were you surprised Alex ultimately won?
Yeah, surprised for sure. Definitely surprised. And but surprised but not, right? He's the kind of guy, you could feel it too. As he was walking in, I was kind of just seeing where, like, how's he going? Where's his mind at? And he seemed to be on track and locked in. As for the other fight, you could see some ticks that weren't happening. So yeah, I felt like, damn, this could be it. This could be the moment for Alex, and he pulled it off, man, and that was massive for the UFC, for Pereira. He's done such a great job with that, especially coming off a loss against Ankalaev, quite a dominant win. So for him to do that was amazing.
The juxtaposition of your reaction compared to Yuri's reaction, very interesting. Yuri was in the front row, very emotional, and as you can see right over here, I'm sure you've seen this by now. It looked like he was actually even tearing up. He explained to us why on Monday. And your reaction is just kind of like, golf clap, like, yeah, good job. Not going to get too excited here. Well done. Yep. All right. I'm next. Like, that seemed like the vibe, like I got next. Am I reading this correctly?
You are. Yeah, exactly. I mean, he had to give that reaction, and I feel that as I was saying earlier, that if Uncle Live had got that win, he probably would have had more of a chance to fight again for the title. Now that Pereira's got the win, it may slight his chances. So I was, just sitting back and as expected, something amazing could happen, but this could be my opportunity to jump in and not get too excited about things too. So um, yeah, amazing, just an amazing job. I think that Pereira, whether he moves up to heavyweight or sticks around at light heavyweight, he's earned his spot to where he is doing such amazing things in the company, in the UFC, and just putting on great shows.
Did you know that heavyweight was an option? Did you get a heads up that he might be considering this or that he might talk about moving up? Did you have any idea, or was it news like it was for all of us?
You know what? Yeah, I mean, like you look at someone like Pereira who has big aspirations, and so do I. And if you know, this is definitely the opportunity for him to move up to heavyweight and to have three bouts in each division, or well, a bout in each division. So yeah, this would definitely be the time for him to do that, especially him getting older and probably looking at wanting to move on from the fight game, from what I can read, but without but wanting to get that heavyweight shot first, or that title first. So I felt it. I felt that he gets a win here, he would want to move up for sure. And just by watching what he's been doing and what he's been saying in the media, those little gems that he's been putting out definitely reads that.
Would you be disappointed if you don't get a shot against him? If you get the title shot, but it's a vacant title shot and not against him, I'm sure you're obviously happy to fight for the belt. But would there be a part of you that's disappointed it's not against Alex?
Not disappointed, not disappointed. I know it'll be an amazing fight. It's definitely been a dream fight that I've been wanting to take. Against someone who's such a dominant champion. Definitely to fight someone like Pereira, but it's not the names that I'm after. I'm trying to get that gold. So whoever it be, I think if they vacate that title, then I'd be willing to step up and I know that I'm up for that title shot, that vacant title. So whatever they do, I trust that the UFC know what they're up to. So yeah.
What do you think happens here? What is your gut telling you? What are you feeling at the moment? Because there's two options, right? There's Alex stays, and then he's either fighting you or he's fighting Yuri. You obviously have never fought him. Alex has beaten Yuri twice.
Yeah, I don't feel like he fights Yuri a third time.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't think there's what you need. Yeah, and
And then there's, of course, he moves up and it's a vacant title, and then it's obvious it's you versus Yuri, right? So what do you think
I think
happens?
yeah, I think that's the go. I think that's the go. As they could put me up against Yuri for the vacant title, or I fight Pereira for that title. So either way, I think there's the two options that we have there.
Which do you think? Which are you leaning towards in terms of what? Obviously, it sounds like your top choice would be the Pereira fight. Of course, he's the champ. But what do you think actually happens? What are you feeling at the moment?
Honestly, I do not know. I don't even think the guys
Yeah.
that on that side even know it as well. So I can't give you the answer. But yeah, who knows? No one said anything to us, but I feel like whatever happens, it's in its right path for me to take it.
You think there's no chance if Alex stays, they go Alex Yuri?
I don't think that's there's a chance there. Nah, I don't feel it. Not just given he has two uh big losses against Pereira. There's not any reason for him to take that third shot, or for Pereira to give him that third shot.
If Carlos Ulberg fights Alex Pereira next, how does that fight play out?
Massive fight, man. Big
Yeah.
fight. That's
Yeah.
a big one. But this, like any camp, it just means that you go in there and do your work, man. I just focus on me, and I know that God will give me whatever I desire. And yeah, man. But I'm excited for it, bro. I'm just taking day by day. I've only kind of just
Yeah.
kind of settled in back home, so I'm still kind of catching up to myself, and kind of the weeks that have gone. Still finding my bearings after, even when I was in Perth, I hadn't really been sleeping properly, maybe 3 4 hours max, but really trying to find the sleep schedule. And then I flew over to Vegas, same thing, 2 3 hours sleep. So yeah, man, when I get my 3 4 days worth of sleep, then I think I'll be able to understand what's all happening, I'll sit down and chat to the team. But nevertheless, I think we're just gonna be staying ready and stay fit. Uh, yeah, because it's gonna happen, man, pretty soon.
You're knackered, as they say.
I am knackered,
Yes,
bro.
yes.
That's it.
I could feel it. I could feel it. And I won't keep you much longer. I'm just curious,
You're right.
you versus Alex. I kind of feel like I know the answer to this question, but because of the history with Izzy, is there any sort of personal element to it? They seem to be in a great place, the two of them. But Izzy's a good friend of yours, teammate. I'm just wondering if there's any, if it goes any deeper than just fighting the champion between you and Alex in your mind.
Uh, nah, not at all. It's just, yeah, just the fact that he is a good of champion. He's the man, and like I've always said, if you want to be the man, you got to beat the man, and he is that guy at the moment. So, especially getting that win over Uncle Live, who beat him, yeah, after being such a dominant fighter and dominant champion. So you beat someone like that, then you take that ring.
What a great asset, though, to have in your camp if you do, in fact, fight him. Izzy, who knows him so well, who's been in wars with him. So that would be very interesting. Curious, just if you have any thoughts, if he does fight John Jones, who would you favor in that fight? That seems to be the guy he's talking about. What a fascinating fight it would be as well. What would you think happens?
Well, it's crazy, man. I mean, like you can always like John Jones is definitely the man, overall, the greatest, and that's how I've always seen that. But when someone like Pereira jumps in the octagon, I think there's something different that happens. So, especially even at his age, 38, John Jones is also 38, I believe. But I think it just comes down to raw one power and and I know that Pereira would want this. Him getting this third title would on in each division would be crazy. So it could be on any side, man. I honestly don't know. I'll sit on the fence for this one, but I'm rooting for the both of them. I really hope that Pereira gets his third title because that'd just be massive. He's a good dude. Um, he doesn't trash talk or anything, and I see a lot of myself in someone like him. So he's a warrior, and I really hope that he gets that title. But I also hope that I get to fight him too.
It's a very impressive thing to hear you say because if he does go up and fight for a third belt, that means he's not fighting you anytime soon. So to hear you say that is pretty damn amazing because obviously for your career, it would be huge to beat him and to fight him. So much respect. When you say that you see yourself in him, is it just the way in which he fights or is it his upbringing? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, a little bit of everything. The upbringing, a little bit of his persona and his spirit. So yeah, there's a lot there that I feel that I can relate to. So there's a lot of respect there that I kind of just sit back and respect from afar. I'm not gonna sit here and give him all the jollies, but
Fair enough.
I just but yeah, there's respect there for sure.
What about meeting Mark Zuckerberg over the weekend? What was that like? And was that your first time meeting Zuck?
Big Zuck, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, cool. All good, all good. Had a quick word with him, which was pretty cool, and I'm pretty sure he would have been overwhelmed with a lot of stuff. But yeah, it was nice. The guys had gave me the Meta glasses as well, so I've got those somewhere in the backpack. But yeah, I'll put those on and try them out. I had Jeff, who's now his videographer. He used to work with us on this side on the world as well, but introduced me to Zuck and got to have a quick chat, and then had to shoot off to watch the next fight. So yeah, it was all good.
Okay. Yeah. I think Jeff was with Izzy, right? Or was he with City
Yeah,
Kickboxing? Yeah.
yeah. He's
Zuck
busy
plucked him
and
away from the team, huh?
to combat. Hey, that's what it's about, right? I mean, yeah, and that's the position now that you're in. He's now moving up and he's now back in the States, working in the States. and able to introduce guys like myself to guys like Zuck.
Yeah.
So now just being in those circles, it's I'm now kind of just in that moment.
Yeah. Perfect world for you. When would you like to return?
I would like to return early next year for sure. I mean, having a nice, because it's coming into summer here in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Summer, so I like training. I like training in the summer. The gym's just humming and hot. So when it's winter, it's harder to get up in the mornings. So I like getting up nice and early, watching the sun rise and getting my early coffees in, and then get starting my day nice and on a good high. So yeah, man. I think early next year would be great. Maybe Feb, March. I'm looking at, and this would align with the title fight, I'm sure.
You're making me very envious as we enter winter here on this side of the world. We just had our summer, so I can't be too envious. But yes, you are very lucky, and it seems like everything's working out for you. 9 in a row now. You're on fire, and it sounds like it doesn't matter who the opponent is. Your next fight will be for the belt. It sounds like you're in a tremendous position. So congratulations, well done, great win 2 weeks ago. And again, thank you so much for getting up early. We really, really do appreciate it.
No stress. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
You're the man. Thank you, Carlos. All the best. Talk to you soon.
Yeah.
There he is, Carlos Ulberg, kind enough to join us on this Wednesday. Thanks for watching this video. Before you go, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for us. Also, give us a thumbs up, leave a nice comment. These things go a long way. And while you're here, do check out the rest of the channel. We've got live shows and full interviews, clips, and a whole lot more. We're doing big things here, and we appreciate your support very much.